Hey guys, how you doing? I'm Chris Rohde from National RV Detroit in Belleville, Michigan. I'm going to be doing this walk around on this Jayco Redhawk 22A. I always like to start in the front in all my videos. This has got a Chevy chassis. Chevy does it pretty cool that you got your transmission dipstick and oil dipstick right up front. It tells you your oil right here, and then you got your radiator fluid. Pretty basic. Chassis battery is always underneath the hood. So just so you know, that's on the left-hand side there. Pretty basic stuff. Moving around to the door side. Electric awning goes out 8 feet. And this awning, I'm a little short, but I'll point it out. You can adjust the awning by pushing on these two bars right here and then pulling this down. So this will slide down on the shaft or up. In that case, I'm just too short, and it'll adjust the awning pitch. So you can adjust that on both sides with those holes, and it'll actually adjust the pitch of the awning. It's on a shock, so the door's only going to open to that point, so you don't have to worry about it hitting the awning or the awning getting caught in the door. Step is automatic. Just remember, if you're going to lock the step in the out position, you got a safety override. When you put your key in the ignition, it'll automatically bring the step in. So if you lock the step in the out position, so every time you open and close the door, the step doesn't go in and out. So just turn the step off, so that way every time you open and close the door, the step doesn't go in and out on you. And that's right inside. And we'll go over the buttons when we get go inside. Propane pigs on the door side, so when you're going to fill up propane for your refrigerator, your furnace, your hot water tank, this is where you'll pull in on the passenger side and get it filled. You got some outside speakers. This is your exhaust for your furnace. This is your hot water tank. It's a Atwood hot water tank. You have a pressure release valve. This releases the pressure inside the tank, and then your plug is right here. So make sure you always remove the plug before you release the pressure before you pull the plug. Pretty easy. 21 gallons of hot water recovery per hour, running it on electric and gas. You got an access panel to the back of your refrigerator, it's right here. Some more storage, your other speakers, nice storage. You got a ladder on the back, holds 300 pounds. You got a hitch, you can pull 5,000 pounds with your hitch, and it's got a 7-way pre-wired for brakes. If you're going to install a brake controller, you can. If you're going to tow a trailer that weighs over 2,000 pounds. You got a backup camera. On the driver's side, you got your city water connection, black water tank flush, outside shower. And they made it really easy for you. So you got this kind of a universal docking center, I'm going to call it. But you have your hot and cold low point drains right here with these little silver valves. Some antifreeze comes shooting out of there, but that's the cold side, and you got your hot side. And then it tells you right here, you might want to take a picture of this so you can remember in case this is just paper, it's like a sticker. But it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it tells you what positions to do. So if you want to fill your onboard freshwater tank, you're going to do 1 and 6. So 1 position would be like this, and 6 would be like that. So you're just going to follow the directions on here on what you want to do. You want it in normal, just city water connection, it would be 3 and 5. So all the way over and up. Pretty easy. Made it real simple for you. Dump station, gray water is your dirty water, just sinking shower water. Black water toilet, right here. Your to fill up your gas tanks right here. It's on the driver's side. Just remember that it's there. Your plug. We're using our extension cord, 30 amp power cord, and then it's got some outlets inside here and a cable connection. And I just want to verify it's got a transfer switch. It does, so you don't have to worry about plugging it into the generator. You're in good shape there. Low point drain. If you want to empty your freshwater tank, you'll turn this and drain out your freshwater tank. Slide out's kind of in the way a little bit. But I'm going to point out that I'm going to use my head. This is another way to start and stop your generator. But I'm going to show you out here. You have a breaker on the side right here. I'll flip it. It'll be hard for you to see, but no, there is a resettable 110 breaker. And then you hold this in the stop position. Red light comes on. You'll hear a click. That's priming the generator to start. Generator, it's very important that you change the oil. The first, I'm going to come back and put that on. You're going to change the oil first 50 hours, then every 100 hours after that. Some manuals say 110, 120 hours, but do it 50, and then every 100 hours after that have your oil changed. You want to run your generator for at least an hour under a load every month. So a load meaning TVs, air conditioner. If it's in the middle of the winter, turn on his TVs, turn on as much 110 stuff as you can, and run the generator. And then you want to use some fuel stabilizer. So if it is going to sit, make sure you get the fuel stabilizer, the right amount in your fuel tank, right? Mix it in there, get it through the generator so that the fuel is sitting in the carburetor, doesn't turn in the ether and gum up the carburetor. So you want to take care of that. You have real easy. That's a auxiliary battery disconnect. So it's not a disconnect. It's a battery jump button basically. It jumps your house batteries to your chassis battery. So I showed you your chassis battery underneath the hood. Your house battery's underneath your step, and I'll show you where that is in just a second. But what that button does is that jumps the battery. So if your chassis is dead, you'll hold that button in, and it'll take the house power to the chassis so you can start the engine. And it works vice versa. I'm going to let you go on in. So, I like to be gentle with this little guy because the seal's on there. Oh, I got some screws. So, they put a clip on here, and then it looks like they riveted Stop. Okay, so it looks like it's riveted down. The battery is underneath here. I'll look back at this because it looks like it removes. It might be stuck down or caulked down a little tight, so I'll try to remove it. This moves your awning in and out, but this is where your house batteries are located. This brings your awning in. This button right here shuts your main disconnect off. So if you hit this, it kills all the power to the coach, shuts everything off, as you just saw. So when you're charging the RV and it's plugged in and you want to charge the batteries, you want to make sure this is in the on position. You'll hear that solenoid, which is clicking underneath this step right here. So I don't know if you can hear it. So that turns it on and off. That's for your house. This is inside speakers, outside speakers. This is your CO detector and LP detector. It's hardwired to the battery, so it will kill your battery if you you don't disconnect it. This is how I locked your step out, and then this is some interior lights, and then this is exterior lights, and then a 110 outlet right there. There we go. Just had to get it warmed up. So this seal right here got cold, so it just made it tough. But that's where the solenoid's at for this, and then you got another tray for another battery inside here. So that's your house battery. Cool. Up here on top, I showed you how to start your generator outside. So you can also do it on the inside, and it gives you your hours. So right now it's got what, 0.7 hours, right? Hold it in the stop position, that primes it. You don't have to do that every time. I'm just showing you that you can prime it inside. You only want to prime it. Your gas tank, so let's say empty is here, full is up here. The pickup line is 3/4 of the tank. So it picks up here, so it gives you enough gas. So if your generator is running all night, it doesn't run you dry. so you have enough gas to get to a gas station. So if you do that and you run it empty, you're going to want to prime your generator by holding it in the stop position. That primes it, then you can start it. And in your case, what will happen is generator will come on, you'll hear a beep. Always look at your microwave. If you're curious, is it built-in 110? Is my generator working? You look at your refrigerator or your microwave, you'll see it on. If your microwave's not on, your generator either blew a breaker, blew somewhere, or it's not running properly. This is indicating that the pump is on. So you have tank heaters. If you're going to use your RV in the wintertime, that heats your gray water and black water tanks. This turns on your water pump if you're going to bring water with you. And then this is your hot water tank that I was telling you about. So if you put these both on, you get 21 gallons of hot water recovery per hour. I don't know if you could hear it light in the video, but it just lit. I'm not going to let it run. But if you want to run it just on gas, you can run it on gas. You want to run it on just electric, you can run it on electric. And then this is your slide button. So in this one, you got to make sure your parking brake's down and the key's out of the ignition, and your slide will move. And that's it. Moves in and out very fast. Your TV antenna is right up there. It doesn't crank up, doesn't crank down, but you can rotate it for better reception. This does have a ceiling lights. It's prepped. I see a sticker for a Wi-Fi extender. If you want to install a Wi-Fi extender, you can with the Kingdom. Your front TV, this one will not work when the key's in the ignition. It'll shut off. And then that's where it's plugged into right here. This is to the ignition right here. And then this green light, that's your antenna. So if you want to have digital boost reception, you want to make sure your antenna's on. That's that little green light right there. Safety devices, you got your fire extinguisher. I already showed you your LP detector, and then your smoke detector is right here by the door. Fuses and breakers. You got your 110 breakers right here, 12 volt fuses. If you have a 12 volt issue, if you have a 110 issue, you'll just reset the breaker. This is actually your GFI. They don't put one like in your bathroom or in your house like you're used to. See this little guy right here? That's your tester for your GFI test. And then you just reset it. So if this ever blows, this will be yellow. Refrigerator works on auto. You want to leave it on auto. I think it's silly they give you an option because you just want to leave it on auto. There's really no reason you want to put it on gas, because if you're unplugged and you're going down the road and you want it to be cool, it's going to be on gas unless you have your generator running. So it's running on. If you're plugged in, it's on 110. If you're unplugged, it'll run on gas. So it's always doing what you want it to do. This is your coolest point right here, 1 to 5. And then you actually have a thermostat in here that's clipped to this fin. If you want it to get a little colder, you can unclip it and move it down fins. And then that'll be your coldest point. So if you want to clip your thermostat on this fin, that'll be its coldest cooling point. And then these are locks, traveling locks. This you have to light with a lighter. You just turn it to light and then hit it with a long lighter or a match. Bathroom stuff's pretty easy. And then you have your thermostat right here. To turn your air conditioner on, you put it on cool, which you can hear in the video. And then obviously shut it off, and then your furnace would be heat. And then that turns on the furnace. Making sure that it was antifreeze in there. Your furnace is going to blow out from the bottom. Your air conditioner is going to blow out from the top. And that's it, guys.